What is up? I told you last year, DC runs this shit. DC runs Hall H. And we're bringing all this for you guys because you're the fans. You're the guys we make movies for. We're going to kill it.
Bring them out. Yeah, do it.
All right, we got some troublemakers for you, so watch out. Suicide Squad is in the house. Katana, Karen Fukuhara. Get out here, Karen. Slipknot, Adam Beach. El Diablo, Jared Hernandez. Captain Boomerang, Jai Courtney. Who else is out there? Come on out. Come on out. Who's next? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, who's coming? See, now I got to pronounce his name. Adewale's out here. Triple A. Triple A. All right, let's bring it. What's up, dude? Viola Davis. Colonel Rick Flack, Joel Kinnaman. Jared Leto. That's not Jared, this is Cara, Cara Delevingne, the Enchantress, watch out. This is the man. Scott Eastwood. Margot Robbie. Harley Quinn. And, ladies and gentlemen, Will Smith. Get shot.
Get down to business. This is exciting. David, people say that you are bringing a whole new look, a whole new feel to this genre. What was your intent? Was that your intent all along? How'd you go about doing it?
I grew up reading comic books. I've always been a fan of the art that they are, and I wanted to make a film that looked like a comic book. And it not just has to do with the visuals of the film and sort of the beauty of the medium and the costumes and the wardrobe and the sets, but also the characters. I wanted these characters to have as much soul as the characters I remember as a kid growing up.
You know, it's...
Yeah!
You guys are all, and this is a question for everybody. I like that you're the hype man. That's right, yeah!
I'm very excited. I'm just very excited.
Yeah. This is really a question for all of you, but to me, the genius of this story is that you're bad guys. And the bad guys always have this incredible attraction, and yet now you're walking this line of trying to do a good thing. That's got to be a lot of fun, and anyone can grab this one. But the process of being a bad guy, what is the advantage of a character who's supposed to be bad trying to be good?
I think what was great that David said really early, he said that this is not a movie about good versus evil. This is a movie about bad versus evil. And I just thought that was a really interesting distinction. It's like, you know, where is the line between bad and evil? Is there a point where you've done so much dirt that you're no longer redeemable? You know, and it's fun for us trying to find that line of where you do bad things, but you do them for good reasons, and sometimes you don't. You just do it because it's fun to hurt somebody, you know. Yeah, so it's like it's really great walking that line. I love you too, call me.
Now, I got to see the movie. Don't rub your nipples, sir. It's disturbing. I got to see the movie about a week ago. It's fantastic. I was blown away by it. One of the things that really caught my attention is that you guys have a chemistry that feels very real as a cast. It feels like you guys get along. What was that process like? Was that natural? Did you hang out a lot? Did you train together? How did it work?
Anyone?
It's really unfortunate because nobody got along.
At all.
It's a sad scenario.
No, you know what was really great? The way that, what I would say David's superpower is helping actors fall into your characters and your relationships. He does a really interesting extended rehearsal process where you really don't realize you're rehearsing. You're kind of sitting down and you're talking, and he digs into your lives. So we've all shared really, deep stories about ourselves and our pains and our triumphs in this process. And then what David does is on set, you thought he was being a nice guy and you were sharing your life. And then in the middle of a scene, he throws your greatest childhood trauma back at you. And he says, and dude, the Joker did it. So it's a really fantastic process where you just can't help but bond when you're sharing those kind of intimate stories with one another.
I mean, think about what you share with your best friends, and how open you are and how emotionally honest you are. So if I can help these guys create sort of an accelerated friendship through this process of just trusting each other, knowing each other's secrets, that's what you're seeing on screen. And the magic of what these guys have done is how well they've bonded as a family. And I think that's what's a little bit different from this film than a lot of other films, is that human connection they have. And the most important thing to me is performance and actors, and these guys killed it. They bear their souls out there.
Yeah.
There was
yeah.
For a lot of you, there was an incredible amount of training in this film. I mean, physical, hard training. You can see it in the film. You guys are in amazing shape, but the scenes themselves are very action-packed. What was that like? I mean, how hard were you working? Were you working full days? Were you killing yourselves?
Margot's taking it.
Margot's, yeah.
Margot, you take that one.
Yeah, whatever everyone did in the film, I did in a pair of heels, so it kind of added an element of difficulty there. No, it was really cool. We got to do David wanted us to do as many of our stunts as possible. We ended up doing most of them ourselves and learning random little skills. I learned how to hold my breath underwater for like 5 minutes. That was cool. We got to jump off things. Things were always exploding on set. I mean, it was just insane all the time.
I don't know anyone else in the business right now who would have both the stamina and the will and the talent to pull off what Margot pulled off. And when you see the film, you're going to see her doing her own fighting, her own stunts. I mean, yeah, we had a double, but I think the double is at craft eating sandwiches. I mean, she really did incredible work.
I want to just give my own shout out to Viola. Viola, I thought you were one of the toughest. In the film, you portray one of the most tough-minded characters I've ever seen in a film. It's really an incredible performance.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I played myself.
Then I'm very afraid of you. I will never mess with you. David, music, huge part of this film. I was blown away by how much incredible songs were accessed for this film. How did you make those choices?
A little bit from my own life, but just a lot of finding that right combination of music that goes with a picture, because there's a true alchemy that happens that when you can get the right music on a fantastic piece of film, it transcends, they both become something else that's really magical. And obviously I got some guys in the show that have a little experience in the music world, so I couldn't let them down.
That's right. use that. He didn't use that, though. He didn't use that.
That's what I hear in my head all the time. David, now we have time. We are so tight on time to get to so many people that we have time for one question. So we have a question here, yeah. Someone's coming up.
For the cast, nieces, nephews, sons, and daughters, how do they feel about you having this role? And for Mr. Ayer, pre or post BVS? Thank you.
Post BVS.
No, this is the type of thing that, you know, no matter how cool you think you are, your kids think you suck. So this is like the first time where like I'm cool for real. It's like the Suicide Squad. I don't know what it is, but something about this idea and something about this cast has really captured something, you know. So my kids are doing what I say, at least, you know, for the next couple of months. But it's a really good look. And I want to share one quick story. So we started the rehearsal process, and Jared was really the first person that like really kicked it into another gear. So we were rehearsing, and you know, so he was working separate. So the Joker was working separate. So one day there's a knock on the door, and this guy walks in. This, you know, tough-looking guy walks in. He says, "I got a message from Mr. J." And I was like, "Yo, man, what the fuck? Security?" Like some dude just walked into rehearsal, right? And he puts a box down on the table in front of Margot. And he says, "That's a gift from Mr. J in honor of your relationship," right? And I was like, "Oh, Mr. J, okay. So Margot, you know, starts to open the box, and you know, there was a note, and it was like from the Joker, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. That's funny. Jared is like taking it real serious, right?" Yeah, right. And Margot opened the box, and there was a live rat in the box.
She jumped.
Yeah. And
Everyone jumped.
And listen. I was playing dead shot, but if I had pearls on, I would have clutched them. Right? It was like, so we get the top back on with the rat, right? So for the whole movie, that's the kind of stuff Jared was doing, but he really kicked everybody into another level and another level of focus on doing this right.
That's what I've been telling press, is that, you know, Jared does an incredible contribution to the film. Obviously, you know, the tightrope act of playing the Joker, who is the most well-known villain in Western fiction. And look, you know, he's standing in the shadow of giants. And the contribution, besides just nailing the role and being so courageous and tackling it, is he's the guy that really galvanized the cast. He was the sword.
Yeah.
You know, or he was the hammer that made that sword sharp.
Yeah.
I think that.
Now, I wish we had more time. We cannot... Go ahead, Jared. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh,
You're
why
yelling at
start
me, Bess.
now? You know? I think if I open my mouth, this may get a little X-rated here. Are you guys having fun so far this weekend? Let me ask you a question. What's your favorite movie? Come on. What's your favorite movie?
What's your favorite?
No. What's the favorite movie you're going to see on August 5th? What was it? I can't hear you. What was that?
Well, no more promotion needed for that film.